It's good. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Discount Gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Iron Business 01. You can hit him on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.
I'm Mortimer Smith. You can hit me up on Instagram.
Mr. Blue, no dummy.
I'm a collie. Sorry.
You look caught with
She
his hand in the
always
cookie
does.
jar. And I'm
Eating.
Chaotic Bash.
Yeah, I'm sure you know this by now.
Same things.
Yeah.
Did you guys have that on last time?
What?
The music? This last week?
Mhm.
The music? Yeah, I could barely hear it.
Really?
It wasn't that bad.
Where's Ozzy? We forgot Ozzy again.
Hold on. We're missing the key core member here. Well, that does all the work and planning.
Goku's all what? No. No, Goku.
Shut up, Snickers.
It's way too many cats.
Right? One is too many cats.
So how y'all been?
Not bad. Started coding again.
You guys? Anything new?
She looks like she has a story.
Got that craving?
Nothing
No.
new.
Except she's more pregnant.
We did spend all day Sunday working on the car.
Man. I was here Sunday and I didn't see you guys at all.
That was the first time I'd ever seen Mike that dirty.
Right?
And he didn't even do anything except take the tire
Yeah.
off.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say he did?
He said he did a bunch of stuff.
Like changed the filter, did a bunch, like he's
didn't
like yeah,
change
he had
any
like a whole
filters.
list of things
We
that he
didn't
did.
change any filters.
No.
Yeah, he definitely didn't say
The
turn off
filters
tires.
is this weekend.
Yeah.
I've got the air filter, the cabin filter, the oil filter coming. We got spark plugs coming.
No, he
I was proud of him.
no, he tried. Like he wanted to do a whole lot, but I mean, like there was just stuff he couldn't do.
And
And at that point, we had already lost a ball joint due to
Bash broke another ball.
user error. No,
The
actually,
last and only one.
the shorter guy across the street dropped the freaking shock on top of it.
Oh,
We were
so-
trying to realign it back up. He set the shock down to hold it,
Yeah.
and it clipped the rubber, and it fucking started
Yeah.
oozing grease out the side.
Brand new part just.
Oh, man.
Right out
What did he
the door.
say?
Huh?
What did Rudy say?
He was like, I think it fucked up.
He's like,
Like-
I fucking cut the boot. Okay, and when you say you cut the boot, so there's a
There's like 3 different boots in that
general area, and there's one that's like a $30 part, and there's one that's a $1,000 part, and the one that I'm looking at that I saw him clip was the $1,000 one, and I'm having a damn panic attack over here.
Yeah.
Was it it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was the
No,
$30
yeah, it was
one.
the cheaper one.
It was
Yeah, because
the
I'm like, you don't
$30.
seem too worried about it now.
No, we.
Is that what you use Trump's stimulus check with?
No, that's what I'm using the unemployment for.
Yeah, no, we went up to O'Reilly's and they had the part and they price matched and we got back and finished it, thankfully. And then yesterday we tried. What, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took it up to FireStone.
Yeah. And they tried to fucking scam him out of like $1,000.
They kept telling me my brake pads and rotors were trashed and
Yeah,
needed to
they-
be replaced, and that those were like the first thing we replaced.
They always try to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Now I'm having a damn panic attack over here.
Yeah, because we're hanging out. He's on the phone and he looks real serious. I'm like, what? He was like, they said that the rotors have scorch marks all over them. The brake pads are shattered. Like, they're going to have to do everything. I was like, bullshit. I was like, I want to see it. So we went out, like, we went back up there. I didn't even talk to anybody. I just grabbed the fucking safety glasses and just went straight into the shop of the car.
That's all right.
And the tech was like,
Him and we all walked in, and Sebastian goes, "So I want to see the car." And I guess the guy that talked to him on the phone that tried to scam him,
Upsell him,
he
yeah.
was like, "What?" And John was like, "I want to see the fucking car. Let me see the car.
Yeah.
Let me see what's so wrong with it."
yeah. And then we got to talking to the tech and he was like, yeah, I never said anything like that.
Wow.
He was like, did y'all do all this yourself? I was like, yeah, we did it all yesterday. He was like, well, I mean, you know what you're doing. Everything's right. Everything's, tightened up. Everything's where it's supposed to be. He was like, you guys do better work than most of the people in the shop. And I was like,
You know what
Are you
we're
Where did
looking
you
for
guys
anybody? No.
FireStone.
He said the only thing that we didn't do. So what had originally happened is on my way up there, the rotors had started squealing real bad, and so I pulled over. I didn't know what it was, and I called John. We took a look at it. Everything looked good, so we just finished the trip up there. Apparently, what it was is when the rotors and pads come in, they have a gloss over it, like
Yeah.
a paint.
Which is what was making
Yeah.
that weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it
so
was.
all the tech did is he just sprayed it down with degreaser and wiped them down. And
Yeah.
I haven't had a single noise since.
How much you guys have to pay for that spray?
None. He
Really?
didn't charge. The tech didn't charge us for it. He just did it.
Nice.
Just like he checked all the bolts and everything, made sure they're all nice and torqued.
Yeah, no,
where they're supposed to be.
the tech Daniel, he was really good. But
Yeah, they only charged me for the alignment. That's the only reason we took it up there was for the alignment.
Which FireStone did you go to?
The one on Airway.
yeah,
Uh,
going back towards like the west side.
oh no, that one's not even there anymore. There used to be one over there by on Lee Trevino,
Yeah, and
but
there-
it burned down when
Yeah.
Smokies burned down.
it pops up on the GPS, but if you click on it, it says permanently closed.
Yeah, it's the one right there by that really big Albertsons.
Off
Yeah.
Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, off Montana and Airway.
Hmm.
There's that giant freaking Albertsons right there.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
By
okay.
Planet Fitness and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but
I was like, I know there's a Wingstop around there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
at first I was like, yeah, I'm never coming back here. But then Daniel, just sitting there talking with him, going over everything with him. Yeah, I'll go back, but I'm gonna request Daniel every
Yeah.
time I go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, and you guys know what you guys are doing, so they can't fuck you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. I don't think he thought we would know what we were doing. Like,
Yeah. But we didn't see him like the rest of the time we were there. So
no. And then the other tech was there. He's like, your brakes are making that real high pitched squealing noise, the rotors and pads. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, aside from the gloss, if that doesn't work and when you're driving, if you still hear it, he goes, try switching the rotors to the other side, like flipping the front rotors.
Mhm.
He goes, because slotted rotors are supposed to face a certain way and yours don't face the way they're supposed to.
Oh really?
yeah, we literally just grabbed him and threw him on.
Oh yeah.
We didn't know that they went a certain direction.
Huh.
and
But-
because he put slotted rotors and slotted brakes on there, the rubbing is a big key factor of why it was squealing.
Yeah.
But they took the gloss off and it hasn't done anything. I was like, then I'm not gonna switch anything now.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like information.
And the tech said that the slots being on the wrong side doesn't do anything different.
Just makes a noise.
It would just make the noise until they wear to the right angle,
Yeah.
basically.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
So, but yeah, we were sitting there hanging out, and all of a sudden, just that phone call, and I'm just like, And the
Yeah.
first thing that popped in my head is, I love my grandparents, but I'm gonna steal the money from their savings account and return it on Friday.
Yeah.
Because we share a bank, so I have my own account and they have their own account. And
What if your
it's-
grandma's watching right now?
That's okay. I told them on the phone that.
Yeah.
I told my grandmother on the phone, like, I was like, I would have just taken the $1,100 out of your account and put it back on Friday. And she was like, I would have known instant. I said, yeah, and you could have yelled at me, but
It's better
coming.
ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, I was like, it would have came out of
Yeah.
your savings.
Yeah, right.
It would have came out of the savings account anyway. You guys are waiting to use that to move, so you're not moving in a week. You're moving in like 3 months, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I would have just put it right back.
Well, at least she was understanding.
And no, she does not. She does not like the idea that I can just go in and move stuff around how I want
I'm
it.
surprised she hasn't changed that.
She can't.
Oh,
My
really?
name's on all 3 of them. Just like we were joking around, and I was talking to my grandfather, and we're planning on making a trip down there because my grandfather's being a stubborn asshole. And he's like, if you start giving me crap, I'm just gonna kick you out. I said, you can't. I'm the primary part of the lease. Like the house you guys are in, I'm the primary. Like you can't kick me out if I want to be there.
That's crazy.
So
How long
we
has
got-
it been like that?
Since we moved into that house,
How long?
I'm the only reason we got the house.
Back in what?
It was last year, August of last year.
Oh, it's not like.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I thought they had lived there for like 86 years.
Yeah.
Right.
No, 84 to be exact.
No, I did get to show her right before we moved here. We went up to my mom's and spent a week over there. I got to show her the house I grew up in up there. It's a
Nice.
5,500 square foot farmhouse.
I damn near dropped dead in the fucking car while we passed it. Like I looked at it and he was just slowly driving by it and I was like,
stop the car right now. And I just look at it and I was like, so you're telling me your fucking grandmother gave up this house that also came with also basically like a spare house
It had a
in the driveway.
It had a there was a bridge that crossed the creek bed, suspension bridge over there, and they owned that. And if you went across, it was a giant ass barn, but it was
Converted into a house.
No, it was reconstructed into a garage for cars. It had engine lift, transmission drop. It had a crawl space to go under the building,
Nice.
so you could work under the car without having to jack it up. And then when the new people bought it, they took that barn, they took all the garage stuff out and converted it into a second house, because it had the foundation and everything to be a house. And the top floor was already closed up except for right in the center.
So
where
that
the
happened
engine
after you
was.
guys had already
Yeah.
left. Oh,
And
I-
it's a 5,500 square foot house. It's a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. So every bedroom has its own bathroom. Yeah.
Jesus.
And it sits on 40 acres of land, and then another 180 acres is Army Corps of Engineer property that runs right up to the lake. And the Army Corps of Engineer doesn't care. They have a path cut so you can walk all the way down the lake and just fish.
So you have like no neighbors? Or?
You have a neighbor, they're about an acre and a half to this side, and there's a giant fence that goes between the two houses.
That's cool.
It's a giant privacy fence that was built.
And
And then the nearest neighbor to them is another half mile down the road.
Huh.
Because when my grandparents bought the big house to have it built, they owned the small house right next door, and they stayed in that while the big one was being built.
Oh, wow.
Because they bought the small house and all the land, and then they built the big house, and then leased the small house out, but built a
Oh, where
giant
is this
fence
at?
between the two. It's in Little Elm, North Dallas.
Oh.
Going, it's about 45 minutes outside of Oklahoma.
Seems to be a farm or
No,
ranch, huh?
no,
Just a huge piece of property?
yeah.
That's
Just a
crazy.
giant piece of property that no one had owned. The city of Little Elm owned it, and they couldn't do anything with it because an actual person bought all the land around it and wouldn't get rid of it, so the city couldn't expand onto it. So they just sold it.
That's smart though. The city will buy that shit at some point.
Oh hell yeah.
Well, it's a two-story house. In the top story, the second part of it, the glass of the house on Twilight, Edward Cullen's house. I'm sure you've seen it.
Wow.
So I'm sure
Okay,
you know what I'm talking about.
Brandon's like, don't call me out, don't call me out.
I'm all trying to give her like the face where I don't know what you guys are talking about.
But anyways,
No, yeah.
but the big old glass windows that they have on that house, that's what they had on the top story of that house.
Yeah, and the whole top floor of that house was one bedroom. Was the master
Jesus.
suite.
That's how I want my house.
Yeah, it was a master bedroom with a game room, a bathroom, like a full-size bathroom, a walk-in closet that was as big as this room,
Like
and
from,
then it
I
had
think I need that big one.
it had its own area that they were gonna put a kitchenette, like a whole
I
kitchen
don't think
set.
I've ever had enough clothes to fill like a space like that.
Basically, the top floor was made for like another family to live in.
But it was one room.
It was one room. Well, it had a game room, so it was separated. It had two rooms separated, and then the closet, the game room, and the main bedroom looped into the bathroom. So to get to the game room, we had to go through the bathroom.
But from what I could see through the window, I would say that the bedroom itself, that I could see through, it was about, if you knock this wall out, it was probably about as big as my room and this room put together.
Yeah,
And that's
it
just the bedroom.
And then the game room was probably about as big as the living room here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go buy some random property in the middle of nowhere.
Right?
apparently.
I wouldn't know what to do with that.
Like,
But you gotta think, my grandparents bought that back in 66. Yeah.
Back when rent was like $5.
They bought all of that
And then you're like, we
property.
need $1.37 by the end
Right.
of February. They're gonna take the farm.
All that property was valued at $2,000 when they bought it.
Jesus.
So they bought all that for $2,000. They built the house for $1,500.
Still making payments.
And then
Right?
And then after, I think in 2000, they completely went in and remodeled the whole house. So, and the kitchen, so the downstairs, it had the main living room, which was And I'm not saying this to be a total dick. It was the size of the house that we're in right
Okay.
now. That living
Did
room was
move.
this house. Like all the walls gone, it was this house. And then it had a sub living room because my grandparents can't stand being in the same living room as each other.
Oh, I love that.
So you
I
had,
like your grandpa.
you had a second
People.
you had a second living room that was my grandfather's living room, and it was probably about as big as this room.
Hey, fat ass, get down.
Sorry for the people with headphones on. I'm punishing my cat, being a dick. And then
There's
the
an innuendo
bedroom.
in there somewhere.
So at the back of the house, you had this giant living room, and then there was a sub living room here, then the giant kitchen, and then there was another bedroom over here, and then there was another bedroom right here next to the garage. And there was another. You went up the stairs and you went to the hallway, and there was another bedroom, and then you went up the spiral stairs and you took you to the top floor.
I hate spiral stairs. I think they look so cool, but there better be some actual stairs somewhere else. How are you getting a couch up there? I'm just
Oh
saying.
no!
Right?
So
Pivot.
so the spiral stairs they went up like this, and then they spiraled around, and then there was a giant balcony, and it had a
Did you
ramp
just say
that you
pivot? I just heard that.
and it had a ramp that you could drop down, so you could
They're like
just
friends, right?
pull the
Yeah.
couch up to the ramp and go up the balcony that way.
My thing is like they're always so narrow.
It's
Like-
like a-
Like with as big as I am, dude. Like every time I take a step and that thing shakes a little bit, it's like this is where I die.
No, yeah, right. I just imagine my knee going on like, great, now I'm going to be rolling down the stairs for 40 seconds instead of 5.
Because rather than just a straight shot, it's
Well, after
Look
my,
like Sonic the Hedgehog, but not so like fluid.
not as cool.
after my grandfather's accident when he was a cop, they had to move everything downstairs because he couldn't go upstairs anymore. So me and my ex-wife and my daughter got the upstairs.
Fuck, I would have ripped all those fucking spiral stairs down.
There was one time that we went out.
Is there a surface elevator too?
I came back pretty, drunk, and I tried to get up those stairs, and that just wasn't happening. So I walked over and I pushed the ramp down and walked up the fucking ramp.
God damn.
Oh, that's good.
Well, it did. Like, they thought ahead for that, getting all the furniture up there, so they built a ramp that drops down from the balcony. So you can slide the furniture up there, and then you could fold the ramp back up.
Still sounds like a hassle.
You know what I
but
think
still
about when
easier.
people talk about spiral stairs? You know those stairs that's like one here and then it's like half a foot and then the other one's here?
Yeah.
And I think of those and then I think of, imagine seeing one of you guys try to get up those drunk.
What
Why
I see,
us guys particularly though? What's up with that?
Yeah, yeah.
coming
Why
from
one
the
of you guys?
clumsiest one in the house.
See,
But unlike you, I don't get a hangover after I drink. Unlike y'all.
oh, I don't get hangovers. I've tried.
I don't.
Yeah, when was
Let's
the
say,
last time
when
you
did you
like?
see me with a
Yeah,
hangover?
let's
I
not
usually
talk about
just
all
sit-
Stroud's
You have to be
birthday.
sober to have a hangover.
Yeah, that
Come
was
on, you know this.
But to be fair, that was like 100-something Jello shots.
Actually, go get the Muir.
I was about to say.
Is that
I
over
was
there?
like,
Is
Yeah.
that
Were
there?
we supposed to do that on some show and we
Yeah.
just never did?
Well, shit, get them both.
The Viking blood.
Don't you jump up on my chair, you fat ass. If he jumps up, punch him off.
I can't believe you talked to
He's
Ashley
too,
like that.
You say he is too fat or he's too comfortable.
He
I
is
know this
comfortable.
bitch ass.
He is not getting up.
So-
so- Go ahead and introduce those, but give me just a second because I'm going to text somebody real quick.
I think we need shot glasses in.
No.
Not
So,
ringing?
huh?
You want to
try
take a
it?
shot?
That's why he doesn't get hangovers.
Why take a shot?
No.
But yeah, so
You should swig it out of the bottle.
yeah,
Coronavirus, man.
so like yeah, Viking blood.
Yeah, I'm getting my start.
All right, give it a few
I'll be
moments. I'm messaging Hayden to get on and said we have a present for him, and let me know when he's on, and that's when we'll start passing it
And then
around. Make him jealous
yesterday-
as hell.
I smike really hard because my biggest one should be like.
Oh, you want yours too?
And then yesterday, Rudy bought
Oh no,
this.
not me.
Yeah, Rudy bought this one.
Wine, yeah, that no.
Well, this is technically classified as wine.
Yes,
I
it
don't
is.
like wine
But
anyways.
we all know better. But yeah, and then Rudy bought me this one yesterday for like helping him out with the house. And the only one I have left to try is they have a green bottle with a white label.
Wine can be good.
Hmm?
Wine can be good.
I've learned yesterday, don't ever be left alone with Rudy in a public, like, in like FireStone or something, when they
Yeah.
have big air vents.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go and you see those big ass shotguns that are about as tall as you, you're like, yes.
No,
Right.
FireStone, you know the little circular air vents that are in houses that are open? Well, FireStone, they have the really big ones. And
Yeah, this thing's probably about as wide as I am long.
And I was just sitting there. We were just
So
sitting.
about that big.
We were just sitting inside FireStone while they were outside looking at the fucking car, and I was like, because they had the air on, and I was like, I wonder how fast the air comes out of the air vents when they put it on high, you know? And Rudy just looks at me. He goes, probably strong enough for it to plaster us against the glass wall, and we're back here like this. And I was like, oh my god.
Oh, dude.
It,
When we, what was I gonna say? When we're hanging out, I feel so sorry for the people around us that they
Yeah.
got on the subject about butchering your own meat.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, no.
That's perfect how it was. That's exactly what I meant. We were talking about butchering our own meat, and John.
Okay, so it started because a friend of ours went to Costco and bought a thing of hamburger meat and ended up paying $80 for it.
Because the price of ground beef is going sky high right now.
So like I started talking about how like there's a beef shortage right now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, give me a good set of knives and a bobcat to raise the cow on. I'll butcher my own meat. And without fail, he was like, name your sex tape.
Butcher your own
Shit. And we all
Some kind of like weird solo video.
yeah, right.
No, that's exactly what it was. So
and,
we're like,
and we all started laughing, and then like, and
I
then,
was sitting
then
over
that
here
moment
eating my
set in.
chips and salsa,
Yeah.
and I couldn't help but laugh, and I was trying not to freaking choke on the chips and salsa, and I was like,
trying not to choke.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then that moment set in where it was like, ooh, that's actually kind of a bad one.
I was like, ooh, that's kind of depressing.
You
A
didn't want
masochist
glass,
too.
did you? You didn't want glass.
Is it?
Yes,
I'm
it
gonna shoot her.
Shut up.
We need an airsoft pistol.
Okay.
So I can just, when my cat's acting up, just like, pop!
Alright, we're done with our real estate segment of the show.
Right. And I'm sure that Mike's watching, so.
Do you have your
Oh,
do you have your
right?
your
Just-
Hokage rock?
Just,
Wait, what?
Your, remember the Mount Rushmore?
What's
there you
that?
go, Hayden.
Skanky.
You had one last week,
For you.
Oh, that.
but we went into Star Wars.
Yeah, that's.
Anybody?
Just like a tiny bit.
Mount Rushmore
For what?
That's good.
category?
Let's see.
I did read.
I can't.
However,
Man, I had the perfect one yesterday. I for the life of me cannot remember it now. I was saving it for tonight. Just so I could pop it off on the show. Oh no, yeah, I know what it was. It was Batwoman. Batgirl.
Yeah.
Because Ruby Rose left the
dropped
show.
out, yeah.
After
Really?
the first season, she left the show.
So I don't know what that means.
Why?
It's a shitty
Cheers
show.
to you,
or-
Hayden. This is for you, buddy.
What are you talking about?
Batgirl.
Batgirl, the DC
You know
show
Ruby Rose,
that
right?
started on CW.
You've seen
Orange is the New Black.
you've seen Orange. Right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
She's on there. She's the
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
yeah.
she's in what, the third one, I think.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
third one.
But she completely dropped out of the show, so I was gonna bring that up and be like, who would you guys get to play Batgirl? See, I
Why-
spent all
why-
night thinking about
Why
it.
did she leave?
She didn't. She said the first season just took too much of a drain on her, and it wasn't getting to where she wanted it to go.
That's what I was worried about too.
Yeah.
She basically said she didn't think she was the right person to play the part. She couldn't be as dark and twisted as the Batgirl they're trying to bring in.
Really?
Now,
No,
I
I
know
really
she's
wanna see
really
it.
Or
dark and
Batgirl,
twisted,
or do you
but
know who they're trying to bring in?
Not the exact name, but they're trying to bring in the one that basically takes over after her whole family, Bruce Wayne, his whole family, Robin, and his whole family are all murdered. She's like a super dark, twisted.
It was like a Dark Horse or What? Yeah, right.
No, it's supposed to be
Oh.
some, according to comic, I think it's called Comic Book Online or
You don't
whatever.
like that?
I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
It's good. I like the black bottle.
Yeah, I was like,
better,
I've only tried that one.
but
Does it smell the same? It's not.
I don't know.
Well, y'all have the same one.
yeah.
Drinking or what?
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers
While y'all are drinking.
to you, Hayden.
When he was trying to think of the Batgirl thing, and he was like, I can't think for the life of me.
Wait.
When
No.
it's so.
Yeah, that's not bad. I honestly, like, to me, I just prefer my liquor cold, I guess.
Do you
Yeah.
like it or no?
I think it would taste better if it was cold because it tastes like apple juice. Like,
It-
or I like apple cider.
Yeah. It does
And I
actually.
know mead's not supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah,
Like,
like you're supposed to drink it at room temperature.
Yeah. And I understand that.
Maybe like on ice.
No,
For me,
like
like for me personally.
oh, for you,
though.
yeah. There was another brand that I had. I don't remember the name of the brand, but I had it over there at Rudy's, and we had it in the fridge. And I tasted it like while it was at room temperature, and then we tried it again when it was cold. Completely different taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I can imagine that. Like it smelled like tequila to me.
Mm.
I don't know why, but then I tasted it and yeah, I was like, it wasn't even close to what it smelled like to me.
Snicker,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah. One of these days when I get the money, I'm just gonna make my own.
What?
Some moonshine. Or what?
Mead.
I like
But-
I was gonna say it takes a while
I was about to say,
to make some moonshine.
Hayden's probably getting real excited because I think we have 3 weeks left, and then we're gonna head out there for a few days, and that means he can actually get alcohol.
I'm just dreading that car ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Can you actually hear her on the mic, Hayden? Because I tried checking the volume earlier. Because if you can, I'm gonna throw her in the kennel and burn.
Oh, the cat? I thought you were
I thought you were talking about me.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe because there's a styrofoam cup right in front of her.
I was like, damn.
No, because she starts meowing again. I'm just gonna start throwing my keys at her.
Meow.
Oh, you can.
Can you hear the music loud?
Can you hear the music?
Well, I think you heard me.
Yeah, probably.
How did you guys spend coronavirus seasons?
Same thing I do every day.
Play video games.
Games. Actually, I caught up on a couple of games.
Oh no, the cat barely.
on the 360. I got my 360 to work finally.
Nice.
After remember how long it was like
Yeah.
a whole fucking year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then
One
it
day he
turns
was like, I'm
out-
going to clean that out.
It turns out that one of the little things just wasn't plugged in all the way. So all we
Really?
needed to do was just press it in there, and then it would connect to the internet.
And he has Army 2, the good one.
Yeah. And all you guys' profiles are still there. And then
Got a bunch of masks.
I downloaded Jet Set Radio. Beat that in like a day.
Nice.
Oh, I thought he was like, shit, beat that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I got into a little bit of VR, but then I let my stepdad borrow it.
Right on.
But
What else have you
other
guys
than
been
that,
playing?
we've just been playing games.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost my job, but you know.
For bullshit.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff going around like on Twitter where like managers and stuff are refusing service to people without worrying.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
It's on FitFam. Do you guys follow FitFam?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what FitFam is? No, it's on Instagram. Look it up.
Fit
It's-
Fam El Paso or
yeah.
EP, right? Just
Yeah,
EP?
it's called FitFam EP. It's all news about all random stuff about El Paso.
Really?
Like, yeah, well, not news, but like
Well,
people
I mean, yeah,
recording
like-
bullshit
yeah.
and like
Like, look at these people acting crazy at like
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme and shit.
pretty much.
Jesus.
like I know that when we go out to Kerrville, we're gonna have to be pretty cautious out there. They're not doing anything whatsoever for Corona. Everything's open. There's no restrictions.
Well, down there they only have like
11 cases. They just went from 7 to 11 today. 4
Where?
new people tested positive.
Where?
Kerrville, just west of San Antonio, going up by 10.
I know El Paso's, like you said, is still holding off on opening
Yeah,
up,
we're
right?
we're not supposed to be opening as much as other parts of Texas are.
Well, neither is San Antonio, but nobody's listening out there. The mayor and judge keep saying we're doing.
Well, the judge and the mayor here like stopped it.
Yeah, but the judge and mayor in San Antonio, they put a new stay-at-home order until the end of June in San Antonio, but none of the businesses are listening. And it's because Abbott opened his damn mouth and said the cities don't have the right to tell you you can or can't open. You follow what I say, not what they say. I'm higher power.
Yeah, which
than them.
is
That's not true, right?
No, it is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything goes through the state, and since he's in control of the state, I mean, the cities can't really do anything. Like, you remember when the whole battle of San Antonio and Chick-fil-A took place, like 3 years ago?
No.
The mayor and the judge refused to let Chick-fil-A go into the airport
yeah, I
to open a
remember
place
that.
in the airport because of their religious beliefs.
What?
Because okay, so the whole thing started because a gay couple went into Chick-fil-A, and they were showing affection towards each other, and the owner was there, and the owner
I
ran them
remember
out.
that story.
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't know that was in San Antonio.
Yeah, okay, so that started everything. And then, 2 weeks later, they were like, we want to, there's an open spot in the airport, we want to put a store there. And the mayor and the judge were like, no, if you can't accept all types of people in your location,
Well, that makes sense.
you don't deserve to be in an airport.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
And then Abbott stepped in and said, you don't get a choice. You don't control the airport and where the restaurants go. I do. And he overrode them and
But
let
what
Chick-fil-A.
happened to the couple, the gay couple that was ran
They-
out? Did they?
They just got run out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. They didn't press. Well, can you do anything about that?
They tried to for discrimination, but Abbott shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Texas, every business has a right to refuse service to anyone for any reason.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's crazy.
you can go on YouTube and
That's
find.
why you boycott.
Yeah, yeah. You can go on YouTube, and I'm sure after a bit of searching, you can see people that recorded it, and it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, I'm sure they got some shit though. Some.
Well,
Nope.
No.
the
No one
owner-
reacted to
Well,
that
well,
story.
Well,
in
even if there
particular.
were protests and stuff, it still affected
Well, yeah.
their business in some way.
Well,
but
yeah,
not
but-
as much as they should
Yeah.
have probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying take down the whole corporation or anything.
I was about
Well,
to say,
yeah.
because technically the way the board handled it is they basically did what they did with Papa John's. When Big Papa was caught saying the N-word at a party,
No, it was
they
like
made
a
him
conference
step down.
call,
No, he was
So
at a
that's
party.
what happened to the manager. Did the manager step down?
The owner of Papa John's.
Yeah.
He
Oh
stepped
no,
down.
I'm talking about
No,
No,
like-
he stepped off the board. He's still the owner, but he no longer has any publicity
Yeah.
to Chick-fil-A. So
and the couple tried to not even sue for money or anything, just basically bring it to light and everything. And
Yeah.
Abbott was like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. And he
a
just
couple
fucking,
of chicken deluxe
That's
sandwiches.
crazy, man.
yeah, it was a whole bullshit thing.
But that's
Yeah.
why Hayden quit eating there, or Hayden wouldn't go eat there, is because of that. And then
They
at the
haven't been in
beginning,
years.
at the begining of the year, the owner stepped away from the company, so he still maintains ownership, but he has no say on anything
Yeah.
anymore.
So now they're pulling all their funds, right?
Yeah,
to
and they
support
actually
all
they
the
just donated $2 million to the LGBT community.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they saw something was going on.
I had to try to make sure I said that right.
LGBTQ,
And then plus.
yes, plus.
I won't touch that.
Please don't.
No, because then I have Hayden
Remember
jumping
MC
down my
Hammer's
throat over
famous
here.
jam? I won't touch that.
Yeah.
So,
Underground.
but then finally, at the beginning of the year, after I had been trying to get Hayden to go eat there, and he refused because of he said it was helping the owner. In my eyes, it didn't. It helped the employees that work there because my meal is not going to go to the owner.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I
It's
mean, I
just
guess it
because
depends on. I
because
would,
funding,
Well,
it's just the
people who
idea
are
of it, yeah.
against-
That's my thing is, yeah, they're funding it, but Chick-fil-A is also franchised.
Mm-hmm.
So, technically, am I helping the owner of Chick-fil-A? Or am I helping...
Kind
An
of-
appearance.
Kind of want to throw another bag of chips at him.
They're all gone. The bag will just kind of hit the floor.
Right in the center,
What?
too.
Boy, I hope that chair flips over on you.
oh, that'd be horrible.
He's like, I just want to make my presence in the video.
Right?
Because you can barely see him between
Can
Blue
you?
and Brandon.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Goku.
Oh,
The big fat one.
no,
Just
I'm
all
trying
posed back there staring at the camera.
Oh, I'm all like, wait, hold on.
He's like, I'm a princess.
Shoot me, Mr. DeVille.
But I did finally get Hayden to go there once I had explained it, and then we'd found out the owner had stepped down. He finally went there, and yeah, he enjoyed the chicken.
Yeah, it's not bad food.
No, it's not.
But
And they're not expensive either.
yeah, well, they're kind of expensive.
No.
Not
To me,
anymore.
if I can go over there and get a 12-piece with a large fry and a large Dr. Pepper for $7, which is what I was doing, and you can ask her, there was like
Is
a
that
month.
Hayden? The one commenting?
Yeah.
The one?
There was one
Petty kitty.
for an entire month. That's all I ate for lunch at work. I would just go to Chick-fil-A every day, and she got in the car one day and just realized that it had just filled the back seat and the trunk full of bags. Like Hayden thought I had a
I think
problem.
at that
too.
point you are funding.
Hayden
Right.
thought I had a problem, but I was addicted to Chick-fil-A. I was like, I think I am.
At that point, I think you're paying bills, not just eating food.
Oh, yeah. I used to really do that too. Like 3 meals a day at Chick-fil-A. I'm like, are you
Well,
making a documentary or no? 'Cause- all right, that's
well,
good
at the end
then.
of 1 week, I got a message from him, and he was like, "I spent almost $200 this week at Chick-fil-A." I was
Jesus.
like, "The fuck did you buy? The whole goddamn menu?"
No,
was like,
same
no.
thing every day. 12-piece, large fry, and then they came out with their fucking macaroni.
We talked about Chick-fil-A last time, right? Because we're
Yeah.
comparing it to Cane's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still think that, sorry,
Speaking
Chick-fil-A all outright just beats them as far as chicken goes.
And it's hilarious
Ooh,
because the last
get 'em,
two
Brad,
times,
get 'em.
Right.
That's
the last two times we tried to go
See, I
there,
don't like the sauce that much.
the line was
Dude,
outrageously
fucking
long.
line out here for Chick-fil-A is stupid.
Because their dine-in's closed.
No. I'm gonna just order it DoorDash.
Did you hear that about Chuck E. Cheese? I think they're the ones that they changed their name online on like Grubhub. I think it's not like Chuck E. Cheese. You get it from a different name because they realize that nobody wants to get like Chuck E. Cheese delivered.
Yes, Hayden, I will give
Especially
you
when
that.
they recycle the
Raisin
pizzas.
Cane's is
Well,
freaking
apparently they
garlic
stopped
bread.
doing that.
I fucking love their bread. I will literally order the
bread, though.
chicken and I'll get like 5 extra pieces of bread with it. And then I'll take hers.
Wait, where? Chick-fil-A?
Raisin Cane's.
Oh yeah, Raisin
Cane's.
Cane's.
That is
Especially when they're buttered on both
Oh
sides.
yeah, that bread. God damn. I can't get over their bread. Like that's my thing.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like rip it open and then like pour the sauce in it, right? And then put like the fucking
I just
chicken
don't like
finger
their sauce that much.
in it, and then like put
Yeah,
some
you're
fries
supposed to
and
make,
then
like,
some
a little-
ketchup.
I just don't like their sauce. The Cane's bread is just amazing though.
So is their coleslaw.
I don't know. I'm like,
How
I
about
don't like
the
I'm not-
coleslaw?
Oh, yeah, you're not a coleslaw fan. Well, fine, Brand. I'm trying to help you.
The coleslaw's not bad either. But like I have to be in like Chick-fil-A is one of those if I drive by and I'm hungry, I'm going there. If I see Cane's and Chick-fil-A next to each other, I'm gonna pick Chick-fil-A because I like their chicken better.
They have more options though. They do.
And I like their chicken better. Raising Cane's chicken's great.
What's your
but-
favorite chicken though? Like including like Church's, Popeyes. Like,
No,
is
no,
it still?
It's Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Edible.
Edible?
He's like, I don't care. It's all edible.
I'm fat.
You Chick-fil-A too? What do you?
Mine would probably have to be Cane's or Chicken Express.
Chicken Express,
Right,
okay.
Chicken
I don't know. Yeah, Chicken Express is pretty close up there
Yeah.
with Chick-fil-A's chicken.
Boss is actually really good.
See, I've been wanting to try
And
that.
Bush's chicken,
that
that's
place
not
is
bad either.
really fucking. Whenever I was working at Glitch Gaming,
Yeah.
me and the owner went over there for lunch one day because he kept talking about it, and that place is fucking good. Like in my opinion, dude, that compared to Chick-fil-A, there's no contest.
What do you get? Always nuggets or like a sandwich?
That what?
Like anywhere. Like when
have
you
the
go
thing
buy
that they
chicken,
like
like do you get the strips? Do you want like nuggets?
It depends. I mean, like if I go to Boss, it's the strips. You know, whenever I would go to like Babes, the fucking tenders, because the tenders are like that.
Oh, Babe's
Yeah.
old fashioned?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're rolls.
If I go to Chick-fil-A, I mean, probably the chicken sandwiches. Like it just
Yeah, I like Chick-fil-A
yeah, it just depends on where I'm at
No,
and what I'm in the mood for.
There was one time our friend Crawford came out and stayed with us in Kerrville for a few days, and one night he bought like he was
Bought
at
the
the
party
five.
pack.
Yeah, he bought the 500-piece chicken from Chick-fil-A.
No, how much is that?
It was like $40,
It's not bad.
and he bought that.
That would feel like two of us.
And between me and him, we just sat there watching TV, and the next thing we know, we're out of chicken. I'm like, how?
It was
did
my
that-
first time trying Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is really good.
Is that what we were talking about?
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
We should be like, what? Talking about Subway.
But okay, favorite pizza place.
Like, what do you mean? Takeout or eat
Any.
in?
It's pizza.
Peter Piper.
Yeah, I'm a big Peter Piper.
Really?
Yeah, like that pizza's really good.
Peter
Like,
Piper's pizza
it's
is
just like the
really good.
crust. I
Yeah,
don't know,
it's
like
all fresh
something-
made.
Interesting.
I
We
don't
found
know.
we found a good place in the Northeast randomly one
Oh.
day.
What is it,
Man.
what's it called?
It was over there by Sun Valley.
Yeah, it's that big A building over there by the
It's
plasma
like
shop.
right off of Dyer, like right out to Titanic.
I don't know.
Hey, this
Oh.
question's for you too. Your favorite
What's
pizza
up?
place, because you love pizza.
Dude, that place, like
Yeah, we
what,
went in one day just because we were
Carmine's.
dropping off my daughter at
Yeah.
school. And she was going over there. And
and
we
on
were
the way
just
back.
hungry and we're driving
Pizza
by and I
Pro?
was like, hey, look,
I
no.
don't know.
Man, I can't remember the name. Like it just said pizza on the side.
Yeah.
And you're like, we were like kind of joking around. Well, I was kind of joking around. I was like, you know, a place is good when all they have to write is pizza
Yeah.
on the side of the building. So we went and yeah, like super nice older couple had owned it. They're like, no, we make everything ourselves.
Yeah. Oh man, and it shows.
They were like,
that
it was about
place.
40 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool.
Dude.
We didn't have shit else to do.
Like,
so
PB's Delicious Pizza?
It's look
No.
up like Dyer and
Speedy's
Titanic.
Pizza.
No, it's not Speedy.
Dyer.
No, like
Like Google Maps and Dyer and Titanic. Go ahead. Oh, yeah,
Let's see.
Titanic.
I
That's
don't know,
where
I think
Sun Valley is at, or not Sun Valley.
one day I'll have to go over
it's right there by that big shopping center where CPS Plasma is.
Broken Stone
across
is
from
really
like,
good.
there's like a Whataburger and then there's like a Big A.
Mm-hmm.
Across from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hey, and I'll give you that. Broken Stone is freaking amazing. I tried it one time. We lived in Kerrville because
We don't
all the
have
other
Broken
times it
Stone
was
here either.
closed.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying Biology is pretty good, right?
Apologies. And it's
Where's
cheap.
that?
There's one on the far west side and there was one on the east side. I'm not sure if there's anyone nearby.
Interesting. I've
but-
never heard of them.
Yeah, it's
Marco's is
basically
really
like you
good,
build
too.
your own pizza, $7, and it's your own personal pizza.
We
Nice.
never even got a pizza, guys. I'm just saying.
Dude, I'm gonna go up there and I'll buy a pizza straight out when I go up there. I'll just buy one and bring it back. I'll buy the Extreme Meats pizza.
What do you think the most overrated pizza place is?
Domino's.
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 For somebody that's worked there as long as I have, Domino's.
To know
Eh,
so
I
many
don't know.
people
I
who
don't
have
like
worked
pizza.
there.
I was about to say Pizza Hut because
I would say pizza
don't
over.
like.
I like Domino's better than pizza.
Yeah,
Hut,
I do
for sure.
too.
See,
I don't like
yeah.
Pizza Hut at all.
See, like the only thing I like from Pizza Hut, pizza-wise, is the cheese pizza. That's it.
Well, I mean,
After
But
after
after
knowing
seeing-
how they prep it,
Yeah. Yeah.
working
pizza?
there, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
working there
Because
and knowing how
it's
prepped.
literally they have a metal pan, and they literally fill half of it with grease, and then they take a frozen pizza disc and they throw that in there and they cover it, and they wait for it to thaw
because all
out
their
and just
pizza's
soak.
pre-made, right?
What's up?
All their pizzas like
Oh, yeah.
frozen. It's all
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So the way they do it is they, like he said, they fill it with grease. They
See,
put
there
the
was an
frozen disc.
No, Big Eight. It was like a Whataburger and a Big Eight.
Killer said
It's
Papa John's
right off
is the
the
most
highway when you
overrated
exit,
pizza.
Onto Dyer.
I can see that.
But
Like you
comparing
pass
it to
Railroad?
Pizza Hut though,
Yeah.
I'd rather eat Papa John's
And then you
pizza
keep
all
going
damn day.
forward on 54.
See, for mine,
No,
it's
I know
just
where you're
Little
at. I'm like
Caesars.
literally right here. Look.
Little Caesars.
you're up by
is-
Like,
some
I
Dyer,
love
see a
Little
Big
Like
Eight.
I had that talk with
Dyer,
Chris
there's-
too, with
Man, I hope it's still
Killica,
there.
and in my opinion, Little Caesars is just like
Like they went from like bottom barrel to like
Up to-
decently respectable.
yeah.
In the water.
I'm not gonna say top tier, but
They're not top tier, but
But
you
they're
get
up
what
there.
you pay
Yeah.
for.
yeah.
Like, and if you decide to get like their new pizza, I want to try it. The extra
Yeah.
Los
Yeah.
Pesos cheese pepperoni pizza, because
It's
it's,
good.
like that fucking
Yeah,
thick.
it's good.
Okay, yeah. So this way.
Like, but if
Yeah,
I had to
orange
ever
and
pick
berry.
one place, and if is Killica even well, okay, yeah. All right, Killica.
Snickers, shut
Nice.
up.
Chicago's
Oh,
pizza.
so nice. That's the place I
Huh?
said.
Chicago's Pizza in San Antonio. Oh, that place right there,
House of
they can
Taste
make some fucking
Pizza.
pizza. Is it?
House
How's it taste?
pizza?
Oh,
and
yeah.
more deliver.
Oh yeah.
How late and how far?
Right,
Opens at 11 and they close at 8 right now.
dude. And the old man that works in there is just the coolest.
I hope it's
the
still
nicest.
them because
So shout out to
Yeah.
House of Taste Pizzeria, right? On
Mhm.
Dyer and Tetons.
But
Oh.
yeah, one day I'll go up to Marco's and I'll get like the extreme meats pizza. I'm not kidding, dude. When I say they stack that motherfucker, like the meat will be that tall off of the pizza. You'll have a crust like that, and the meat. They have to put one of those
the meat
plastic.
seems a little small for me.
Yeah. Well, it's like out of all my pizza eatery experience, there's only been 2 pizzas that made me stop in my tracks. The first one was Chicago's Pizza, because one medium pizza was like 4 pounds.
Cat. I don't like cats.
And the
Shoot up there.
She'll love on you.
You're a new person. She wants to love you.
and
You're
the
a
second
new
Heard
person.
of
one,
Don't Fuck with Cats?
yeah, oh dude, that's such a fucked up movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's like,
It's
hey,
That's
fucked
her
up.
wanting you to pet her on the
Yeah,
head.
don't, dude. It's so depressing. The second one would be when he ordered, what was it, the Belly Buster?
Mm-hmm.
Yo. So he was like, yeah, you know, I'll get this and we'll, you know,
At
game
that
and watch
pizza
movies and stuff.
No,
At Extreme.
Yeah.
And dude, he ordered it,
Go
and
raise the workout.
it's bigger than the top of the stove by like a foot and a half on all
And
sides.
if you eat it all right there, right? Isn't there like a contest?
No, no.
Hayden,
not there.
Hayden, I'm gonna
Which one's the one
stop
that's
you
a
there,
contest?
buddy.
I don't know about a pizza place here. I think you're thinking about Alex.
Killica wants
Maybe.
pizza now.
Probably.
Yeah.
They start smoking grass. They keep it Americano.
Hayden, I'm gonna stop you there. The first place I plan on eating when we get down there is Freebirds. Now, here's how we're gonna
Yeah, right.
handle this. We are literally going to leave early in the morning. I'm gonna pass through Kerrville. I'm gonna swing by your house, honk. If you're not outside, I'm leaving. Cause I'm going straight to Freebirds.
Yeah, Freebirds is known to have their burritos like stand on their side.
Oh, we know.
That's how
Oh,
much
that
they
place
cook
is
it.
so good. Like, I love Chipotle, but if
I
you
don't like Chipotle.
Yeah, give me stomach issues.
well, okay, my big thing though is the rice, the cilantro lime rice. Like, I love that, but Freebirds, dude, that's a whole nother level right there. Go in there, and then after you make your burrito, you get the fucking the nacho cheese put on top of it.
And then you make a little
I get their
fucking,
nachos.
No, you
little
don't. You get
design
a
out of the-
fucking
out of the foil, right?
Yeah.
triple stuffed burrito.
That was one of the
No, I
coolest
get the
things.
nachos. He gets the triple stuffed burrito.
The last few times we went, you
I
and him
got-
got the double layer burrito.
I got the triple layer burrito with chips. It was a nacho platter wrapped up in a tortilla.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just like Grandma used to make.
Right.
But they're freaking
back in
On
the
the
nachos.
ranch, right? Then you get-
Dude,
The
their
ranch.
nachos, holy
Yeah.
crap! Because you have your choice from the giant ass burritos, and then you have a choice of a freaking thing of nachos. This is like this goddamn
Yeah.
I never
tall.
gotten the nachos there.
Dude, they're good.
Oh,
Like,
they're
everything
so
from
good.
there is just fucking phenomenal.
And
I don't know.
they're not expensive. Like
Yeah,
we used to go every weekend. Me, her, and the guy in the chat, Hayden, and we would spend
Okay.
less than. He would buy his dad's food too, and we'd spend less than $30. It'd
Yeah.
be like 28, 29
Yeah,
bucks.
and it's filling. Like you eat one burrito from them, and you're good for the day.
yeah, you're. And if you can't finish that burrito, I promise you'll have it
Have
for
you tried
forever.
Rafa's?
No, I have not yet.
Which
Oh,
one?
you gotta try
Rafa's?
that
I
one.
brought you
Rafa's
that
tacos.
before.
That one,
Place
that
right
those
down the
burritos
street,
are
big ass
huge,
burrito.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
oh,
they're not
that
like
place is good
big,
too.
they're just long as fuck.
Yeah, that place is really good too.
So many phalluses in the food.
And
world.
then
Yeah.
I also introduced Hayden into Genghis Grill, which
Oh.
you guys have one out here.
No, we used to, I think.
Yeah,
No,
we don't have one anymore.
Yeah, we still have one.
Yeah?
We have
Yeah.
one, and only because it's
Sure.
privately owned. Yep,
I think we talked about this.
I think so.
I think we talked about it last podcast.
Yeah.
But we definitely have to hit that place too, because
Dude, like all
I'm pretty sure between the group of us in San Antonio, that's the reason they got rid of the Endless Bowl. But
yeah,
they won't ever admit that. Because you could go in and get an Endless Bowl. So the way Genghis Grill works is you go up with a bowl, you put everything you want in that bowl, and as long as it doesn't fall off the side, they'll cook it.
yeah.
And you could get the Endless Bowl where you could just stuff it, take it up there, they'll cook it, you eat it, stuff it, keep
Yeah.
going. till
How
you-
many times do you...
Endless.
Bowl?
Yeah.
No, how many times do you
We would
guys
go
do?
5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
I think because
I've had it once.
well, one time it was
Like,
like all of us, and we went up there, and we all probably went back a good like 20, 25 times a piece.
Threw it out there.
We just stayed there
Yeah.
all day. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
so
like
eating.
sushi and stuff, though, huh?
I like sushi as long as I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah, I have to be in the mood, but California roll is one of the only ones I'll eat.
Not that bad.
I don't
That's like the
like
basic,
basic,
like,
yeah.
sushi.
see, but I don't like raw
Well, you probably use
fish.
it like Albertsons, you know?
I don't like
That's
raw,
a
raw.
fucking-
Like I don't
that's
like
a
actual
fucking
fish raw. So I get the California roll because it's crab.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
mind raw
imitation
crab.
I want to take him to that what is it, Sushi King or something like
It's
that.
right across from the Papa John's, right?
There's a
On
really good
Viscount.
place on, I think it's called Sunny's.
Yeah, Southern
Yeah,
on
yeah,
by the
see,
mall.
yeah,
White Town,
because I've heard you talk about that place.
Yeah, fucking Mr. Red worked there, and not once did he bring me food. He was like, they offered me a free bowl every day, and I'm like, well, then bring it to me, asshole.
See, it's like oh, dude, I've been in such a mood to go to the fucking buffet.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
like,
I know, yeah. I do too, but
yeah, well, it's like when
so many people.
no, it's not even open.
No.
The buffets aren't open yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
The one that we normally go to over there by
Tippin?
by Luchavino. Whenever I followed him to, or I think I went with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get their tires changed out. It's right
Yeah,
across the highway.
highway.
Dude, they weren't open. Like nothing in that strip mall was open, not even the theater.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
good
they-
thing, right?
I
Well, I
think
mean,
so.
yeah.
I think
for
so.
But it just sucks.
Yeah.
That would be one of my, like, after all this shit is over places.
Because even then, like, you're not really touching anybody, talking to
Nah,
anybody.
but I don't know if you saw it.
I thought you were
they did
watching
like
while you were in there.
They did like a black light
I
experience
shot you a
where they
message
like
on the
put,
chat.
like,
Oh,
Just
yeah.
close the door.
all over some dude's hands right at a buffet,
Let the
Oh.
cats
like a
out.
mock
Close the
buffet.
door.
What happened?
That way Snickers shuts the
There
door.
was like a study done on that, like because of the whole virus and the way it's transmitted and
Mhm.
stuff. Like where they put black light paint.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Whatever
black
that-
light.
Yeah, like the paint
iridescent
on some
paint.
dude's hands. Yeah. And he walked through the buffet, and then like I think it was like a couple, like maybe like an hour later, people already had it up here. Like,
Wow.
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Well,
And
that's
he
why-
was doing stuff like grabbing just the tongs and
Just
know.
doing like
So-
regular
Yeah.
stuff.
The way that you guys really should sit down and read the article about Abbott's announcements for schools. Because we had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
Abbott said that if kids are not passing, they will be required to attend physical summer school. Back at school.
Oh,
And if they
Yeah.
don't, they will be held back because he got rid of the No Child Left Behind program.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
I remember
gone.
that. I remember
So,
Yeah.
and then the new school year starting, they're gonna have to, the kids are gonna have to wear spandex, like tops. They're gonna have to wear sleeves that cover their body. They're gonna have to wear a mask in school and spandex pants that cover their legs because of how the virus gets transmitted. So it'll just be on the clothes.
I wonder how it's going to be at the university.
They were showing that in I don't remember where it was. I want to say it was like Japan or Korea. Yeah, they were like teaching the little kids how to go through like this whole little procedure where they line up in front of like 4 ladies and you wash your hands and you go over here and they hit you with this and they hit you with that and then you walk in and you go.
Well, whether we like it or not, the way our lifestyle's been, it's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this virus isn't going anywhere. We're gonna have flu season now. We're gonna have COVID-19. It's gonna be flu and then COVID and then flu again.
Yeah, and that's what they're worried about is that those two like fucking
Yeah.
merging together and like
Yeah.
Mutating.
just attacking
Well,
everybody.
the biggest problem with a lot of the deaths and reading into it is people had the flu and then got COVID in the middle of having the flu and it shut their immune system down.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
then
why
the
they
flu
died.
just took over. Yeah.
Do you feel that we're safer here with our weather being the way it is?
Not
They say the
really.
heat's supposed to kill it, but they also say direct sunlight's supposed to kill it, and consuming alcohol can help kill it.
so
So,
we're doing it again, right?
so
I definitely am.
Man.
there's
I
literally a
could.
There's
post.
an idea. Forgot.
There is literally a post on Facebook that shows a dude holding a beer in his boxers out in the back of his pool, just in the sunlight, and it shows a temperature gauge says at 104. And he's like, I'm minding my own business, mind Jerry's just killing off COVID as he's drinking in his pool.
Jesus.
I was laughing my ass
I
off.
mean, it's one of those things because like I've seen and read some articles that like Dr. Okaranza, our big
Yeah.
doctor here, he's been running tests and he said that the virus can stand temperatures of like 180, 190.
Yeah, we're never heating up that much.
Yeah, no, thank God.
Yeah. No, I think we would die.
I think we would just melt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that would boil the blood in your
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
Well, because they're saying that the heat's supposed to kill it, they also say it spreads around more the more you sweat. So with it being hot, the more you sweat outside, the more chances you're gonna spread it. So I mean, even so, hot, cold, you know,
Yeah,
fall.
Because I always think
Just
of like
wash your hands,
hospitals. I'm
guys.
like, hospitals are always like super cold. You never walk into a hospital and you're like, oh god, it's 103 in here.
Yeah.
It's
Or you're
always
like-
super cold.
Or you're like me, you walk in the hospital, you get admitted, and then 5 minutes later, 4 rooms down, like 4 little
canopy thingy's down, you hear, yeah, your test came back positive. And I was like, get me the fuck out
Yeah,
of
that bitch
here.
better be pregnant.
Right.
Uh,
But no, I mean it's scary shit right now. You know.
and the way our life is, I mean, for us, it doesn't change much. We don't need to do
still
nothing.
does. I mean, it affects people around us at least. But
Yeah.
I mean, you're not like. Well, I mean, I still go to work every day. Like,
Well, yeah,
farthest we
I was
go
about to say,
is the
right
gas
now,
station.
you're the only one that's working,
Yeah,
so
but, I mean, like,
that's just not fair.
And you've always been clean about everything.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's one of those things like just going to the store, you know, has completely changed.
Dude, going to
Well,
the store is fucking
since
annoying.
since the whole
I still
Abbott
haven't been to
thing,
Walmart.
people haven't been wearing their masks and shit like that. It's
Oh,
fucking
no.
ridiculous. Like,
No, like I won't go anywhere without it. And somebody asked me, they were like, you know, why are you wearing a mask? Like it's all been lifted. I was like, you don't get it.
yeah.
You know, for the same reason I quit my job. Like my job, there were 2 positive cases and they didn't tell anybody. I was like, I have family at home. I was like, if I go out and just disregard everything and I bring that shit home, I was like, my kids get it, my brothers get it, my little ones get it. I was like, I'm not gonna put all that at risk.
I mean, you still see like police officers out there wearing masks.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Oh no,
Police,
when they're
EMS,
gonna
fire-
stop, when they stop, maybe I'll consider.
Yeah,
wearing a mask is not the problem. Like, I hate them. Don't get me wrong, because glasses. Fucking hate
Yeah,
with
dude.
glasses.
That is good.
So, like, I'll get asked, like, when I was delivering, I'd be asked, well, why don't you wear your mask in the car? What, do you want me to wreck? I mean, the first time I take a breath out, I can't see
And you
shit.
wash your hands before
Yeah.
you touch your face.
Yeah.
And
So,
you,
the way that we started doing it, it's a moth.
Oh.
The way we started doing it is, what they do is you wash your hands, you load up the food, you put a seal on it. And then you put it in the bag, you wash your hands again, you spray the bag down with sanitizer, you put your mask on, you go out to your car, you put the food in the car, you spray it down again with sanitizer, and then you get in your car, deliver it, take it out, spray the bag down with sanitizer, set the food on top of it, spray your hands with sanitizer, knock on the door, spray your hands with sanitizer again. You're talking about a 5-second process that suddenly went to 15 minutes of... You're guaranteed taking 15 minutes on this delivery now, even though it's next door.
yeah.
For real, when I change clothes at work, I'm all like, I'm sorry. And everybody's like, no, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
And
Well, and that's the thing that irritates me. Like I get it like with glasses, but the people that wear the mask like right here,
yeah,
Oh,
especially
like-
when they're working at
yeah,
convenience stores.
yeah, and it's
shit
under
like
their
that.
nose. It's like okay, I get it. Like if you cough, it's gonna stop it, but you're still breathing the shit in.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
well, it's
and-
like
and-
when we were at Lowe's the other day, the food place, Lowe's supermarket, right?
The grocery
That's what it's
store,
called.
Yeah, Lowe's
Oh,
Big
Big
Eight.
Eight.
Lowe's Big
Yeah,
Eight.
Big
yeah.
Eight now. We were over there,
Like
and
Lowe's supermarket.
he turns around, and I had pulled my mask down just below my
I wanted to
nose.
fucking hit
And he's
him.
like, "Don't be that guy." I was like, "I'm letting my glasses defog real quick," and then I pulled my mask back up.
Like the only thing that irritates me more than that are the people that like wear their mask under their nose and they have gloves and they go do what they're gonna do and then they drive their car with those gloves and it's like
Everything you touch.
fucking
Go to.
sense. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like you're bringing all of that shit with you. Like before you get in your car, take your gloves off, clean your hands.
First thing I do when I get home, I wash my hands before touching anything else. Like,
Yeah.
It's just routine now. You know, like, gotta be actually.
Yeah.
careful.
Like every time I go out, that's like when we went to AutoZone and turned that tool in today.
Mhm.
I handed him the tool. He sprayed it down with sanitizer. I took hand sanitizer. I rubbed my hands down. And then when he handed me the cash, he set it on the counter, sprayed it with sanitizer.
Yeah.
Gave me the cash because I had the choice of putting it back on the card, but it would take him 5 business days, or I
Yeah.
could just take the cash.
Walmart,
It's like-
what Walmart's doing is they're like getting all like they're lining everybody up outside the front if it's too packed inside.
Yeah.
And then with all the carts, they're getting them out one by one, wiping them
Yeah,
down
like
for everybody.
spraying them down and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I understand that, but waiting 45 minutes just to buy 2 cans of chili was fucking stupid.
So that's what I was thinking too. I needed to buy like headphones today. Now somebody was like, just go to Walmart, and I was like, I haven't been there since, and I don't even know what it's like. But no, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
No, go to Dollar General.
Yeah.
Luckily, I went and I didn't have to wait outside.
All I
Like,
can
there
say
was
is
no line, nothing.
Dollar General, like, if I can't get it at Dollar General, I don't need it. That's how I'm doing this
See,
right now.
my thing is like if I can't go in the afternoon, I just won't. Like going around, well, like between like 12 and like 3. You know, when everybody's doing everything else.
For the Dollar General, is well, how what I'm looking. You know what I'm
For what, Bluetooth or?
saying?
They do, they're just not. They're like, yeah, they're not long lasting. But,
Yeah.
like, that's my whole thing with it is, like, we went to Walmart and we got the stuff to make Frito pie,
Mm-hmm.
and it took us 10 minutes to get everything.
So I see a line I'm driving on.
Yeah.
All that.
Well, there
Especially
wasn't a
when
line
people meander
There
around
wasn't a
fucking-
line outside at the neighborhood market, Walmart. But when we got inside, the lines for the cash registers go down each aisle.
Yeah.
So we got our stuff and we just stood there in line for like 45 minutes. And I was like, all right. When we left, I was like, I'm not going back to Walmart until this is settled, because if I can't get it at Dollar General, we don't need it.
Yeah.
That's how I'm treating this right now.
Dollar General, Dollar Tree.
Yeah, if I can't get it at any of the little stores, I don't need it. And like Lowe's wasn't bad. It wasn't packed.
No, yeah, and
So-
they don't have anybody standing outside stopping you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, we went in and there was nobody in there.
yeah. And it was what, 4:00, 4:30.
Something like that, yeah.
So it was about the time everyone would start packing in. So, but if you have noticed, like as Walmart's packed, a lot of the smaller food chain, smaller grocery stores aren't, and then all the fast food places are fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the ice cream places. They're fucking,
Uh-huh.
they're fucking packed.
Should look at that.
This Blue sitting here going, mm-hmm.
But no, everybody's been super cool. I haven't run into serious problems.
Yeah.
It's nice that people are understanding.
Yeah. That's good. Like, I mean, as bad as it may sound,
How much does that box cost? Well, I mean, you know my
Like-
prices.
like what, $12 after tax?
Yeah, it's like $11. But I'm all like, or something like that. Like, that's what I do all day. Like, people go in and they're just like, "Can I get 20 of those banana splits?" Like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
because
it,
this is what I want to do:
yeah.
is scoop ice cream all day.
yeah, I think at this point, Blue could make fucking anything ice cream in his coma.
Yeah. It sucks. Every once in a while, I have that dream where I'm working.
No,
all
I
night.
think at this point, Blue would be in a coma and people would still call him going, "Hey, can you come close this door tonight?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like, dude, do you ever get an actual day where you don't have to go up
Sunday.
there and do
Well,
anything?
no.
No, I
No.
still had to do stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm talking about where he doesn't have to leave the house if he doesn't want to.
I haven't had one of those ever.
Yeah.
And we used to talk about that too. Like, if we could, like, just take a trip to, like, I don't know, like Colorado, like go to California, do something. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I can't be gone for more than 5 hours, much less, take off for a couple days.
Yeah.
Hey, Hayden, we know what that feels like.
What?
When we worked at the Papa John's in Kerrville. Dude, there was no way I could go out of town, like, ever. Because I would get a phone call right at close. I don't know what I'm doing. Or, hey, I'm getting my ass kicked. Our GM was so fucking lazy. He lived less than 3 blocks away from the store, and he would leave. He made it a point. It didn't matter how busy you were. At 4 o'clock, he was gone. He forgot about Valentine's Day and didn't schedule anybody for Valentine's Day.
So you guys make heart-shaped pizzas?
Yes. He didn't tell. He
Do
didn't
it
tell.
every year.
He didn't tell anybody that he forgot about Valentine's Day. I got up, getting ready to go to work. I'm like, fuck, it's Valentine's Day. This is worse than the Super Bowl. Fuck this day.
Is it?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the only day that's like top worst, Halloween.
Halloween. And I get to work, and yep, he just, boop, gone. And I was like, alright, cool. Looked at the schedule and went, I have 3 drivers and 1 in-store. Oh, I'm dead. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Fucking
Valentine's Day was the fucking worst.
On Valentine's Day, Christmas Eve, Halloween.
Christmas Eve is bad.
Yeah, like any
Where
like,
parents don't want to cook?
oh yeah.
Oh no, football Fridays for
Yeah.
high schools. Those are the
Yeah.
See,
fucking
but
worst.
in Alabaster, like, well, where I worked at, we did that every day. Like, every day, every high school had, like, a contract, and they would pick up 30 pizzas a day. And you're making, like, all right, I'm taking 60 to this high school, and then
Yep.
on the way back, dropping off 30 at this one and 30 at this other one.
Yep.
And we had it every Friday too.
There was
We
this-
had the Tivy Tivy High School, which was 120 pizzas by noon, and then we had the Catholic school right down the road from it. It was 70 pizzas by noon, and then we had the kindergarten school, It was called the kindergarten school, Tybee Kindergarten School. It was like grades kindergarten through 5th, and they had 100 pizzas by noon.
Whenever I ran the store at Marbach in San Antonio, same thing. Because right down where my store was, there were 5 different schools. Every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Imagine fucking Wingstop on like Super Bowl Sunday though.
Oh, dude, no. I've been there on a Super Bowl Sunday.
You worked at Wingstop?
No, I went up there because I forgot about the Super Bowl.
How do you forget about the Super Bowl?
It was one of those where
I do every year.
It was one of those. I got
like
off work at
sports.
Domino's, and it was my Sunday to get off early, and I had totally just like about the Super Bowl, and I was the general manager. I totally spaced. I had scheduled enough people for the Super Bowl, but I totally spaced the Super Bowl. And I was on my way home. I was like, I'm gonna bring Wingstop home. And I stopped in at Wingstop, and I got out, and the line's going all the way out the parking lot, and I'm like, oh shit, it's the Super Bowl. I had to go. I turned around, and went right back up to work. I was like, I forgot. I can't
You have
leave
to
early
place your
today.
orders early, like
Yeah.
a few days before fucking Super Bowl.
But see, in Kerrville, the Super Bowl wasn't a big deal. Like, we were not
Because the Cowboys
busy.
weren't playing.
We were not busy on the Super Bowl, but freaking a week later on Valentine's Day, it was like, here's 10 grand for the night.
Yeah.
The fuck?
But yeah, like
Talk about 10 grand in pizza, $7 a pizza. Do the math.
Yeah, and
Figure how many pizzas that is.
Shit, same thing, man. Working for Domino's, dude. Come Super Bowl Sunday,
I mean, drivers are hella happy though.
fuck no,
No, I'd be
They're
alright with
miserable
it.
as shit.
because nobody tips.
When
No,
him
well,
and
that's
my
good stuff.
when my ex and him were working at the Hewitt Domino's when I lived in Hewitt in Waco. When it was Super Bowl Sunday, they went in at 5:30 that morning, opened the store, prepped over 2,000 pizzas because
Yep.
at 10 o'clock when they opened, they had
It's just constant.
they had I think their first order was a 350 pizza order.
Fuck that.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like as soon as, like, if you go online, as soon as they say like, yeah, they're open, you
You
never
are
stop.
slammed from the minute you open
I hate
till the
that
minute you
fucking.
close.
There was-
Where the internet orders hit.
One
Like
day.
it got so bad. The store that he and I ran, we went to the back like towards the end of the night, and we were just like, oh no, the wire came loose, so internet orders couldn't come in. And even still, dude, like we just couldn't catch up.
Well, there was one time I worked at the Baylor Domino's in Waco, and it was the championship game at Baylor Stadium.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Tailgates.
Jesus.
Oh, dude, I was closing that night, and we closed at 2 in the morning on weekends. So it was a Saturday night game, and at 1:30, I still had 200 orders to make.
Fuck that.
I walked to the back, and I just pulled the Ethernet box off. I disconnected the phone line. It's like, all right, guys, we're not getting any more orders. Let's finish this so we can get the fuck out of here.
Plus,
And
I
get
just
home.
disabled the silent alarm, so.
Right.
There was no possible way. I didn't leave the store until 8 o'clock that morning. I didn't even bother closing the store. We cleaned everything. I didn't turn off the ovens. I didn't do anything else. I just left the store the way it was. Like, I didn't put anything away. Like, I just left everything out because the opening crew gets there at 8:30. So I just waited for the opening crew to get
Yeah.
there and left. It's like, I'm not coming in tonight, and they're like, oh yeah, we know.
Yeah, and that's the good thing is if you've got a good manager, if you have a crew that comes in on a holiday or like on a playoff or something like that, they just won't schedule them for like the next day or two. Because on that day, dude, you just fucking hate life.
There was one. I took over the store. You guys know? I think we've had this conversation. You guys don't know where Corsicana is, right? Okay. I took over the store out there, and the GM that had it before me had botched. He had. You guys know what Russell Stover is?
Yeah,
The chocolate company. So they're manufactured in Corsicana,
What's the can?
and Domino's originally had a contract with them for every Friday and Saturday they would get 2,000 pizzas.
Jesus.
Every Friday, every Saturday, they'd get 2,000 pizzas. So the old GM didn't like that, so he quit doing it. He null and voided the contract. So when I got there, I reached back out to them, and they're like, "Okay." I was like, "I'll tell you what, you."
674 miles away? No.
I was like, "You go ahead and yeah, of course, Canna." I was like, "You go ahead and let me do your order this weekend." I said, "I won't charge you for Friday. I'll make your whole order for Friday for free. All 2,000 pizzas.
Jesus.
I was like, and if you like it,
23,000 people.
yeah. I was like, if you like it, and I get it there on time, and I do everything right, I said, order Saturday. I'm like, okay, we're not gonna argue with you. I sent them 2,000 pizzas for free. I got there at 4:30 in the morning with my entire staff. We made every single pizza and had it there by 10:30 in the morning before we opened at the time they wanted it.
God damn.
They tipped my driver $850.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And then pay something for the
Yeah.
pizzas, right?
And then the next day, they
And
ordered.
they're gone back.
Did he
did-
split it with anybody?
Huh?
Did he split?
Yeah,
that
he
tip?
split it with everybody in the store. He made, I think he kept like 400 of it.
That's still hella good though.
Yeah, and then the
They're
next
like,
day,
hey, they tipped me $400. Let's
Yeah.
split it.
no, they called me to charge their account for the $850
Oh, that
tip.
sucks.
So he couldn't hide that one. So yeah, we got everything there. They called me at like 6 p.m. that
680.
night, and they're like, okay, we want this many. I was like, all right. And then I rang up their total, and I was like, your total is gonna be $9,300.
Jesus.
And she's like, oh wow. She goes, I was usually charged like 12,000. And I was like,
Oh, did I say 9? I meant 19.
I was like, no. I said, I'm giving you the normal specials that we would give companies. And sure enough, I got up at 6:30 in the morning, made everything for him, sent it out. The driver that took it that time, he made $1,400.
That's
That was
nice.
his tip. So he brought it back. I let him keep 1,000 of it. I divided the 400 among the rest of everybody in the store.
Is
And
it
then-
just like that much? It's because they have to get everything down right themselves, right?
Mhm. Well,
Killico wants a pizza.
Well, no, the company, like Russell Stover, when we would get there, we would call them. They'd let us in the dock bay.
Did you mean
So
to
we-
send that through
Yeah.
YouTube? Oh.
So they would back the SUV up to the dock, like where the semis go, and then the warehouse workers would unload all the pizzas. So the driver didn't even have to get out. But it was to tip everybody, and every weekend, I'm not joking, they tip $1,000 or more.
That's crazy.
I got that contract back, and then it actually forced the Pizza Hut to shut down. And Corsicana, they went out of business for it.
Because you guys took
Because
over.
I took over that contract, they couldn't keep up with it.
How did you get all the pizzas here? I think you were just expecting that. That was me.
SUV.
Oh, really? Just
I had an expedition. Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah, I had a full-size expedition. We laid every seat down and loaded it all the way to the top.
That's it.
And then they would just back it up in the dock. The driver would take my truck, back it up in the dock, and then the dock workers would unload it. And the word spread that we did so well that I reached out to the Toyota plant that's right outside of them that used to order. I told them I'd do their first order for free if we got there on time, and they just kept going. Like, I started getting all the big companies around the place.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you got like a free truck. I'm like, that's what's up.
I wish. But yeah, it ended up shutting the Pizza Hut down for a very long time in Corsicana. They couldn't keep up. Like, they ran out of business because they had the contract with both of them. But
Damn.
nobody else in the city liked them.
Huh.
Nobody would order from them. Like, the actual people that lived there, they wouldn't order. It was just the company, the two big companies keeping them afloat. And when I took back the contracts, we already had really good service times with the, community.
Mm.
So we sponsored the high school games and everything like that too. I took that from Pizza Hut. I went in there and I basically just went to every major place. There was what's the college out there? NCTC?
No. Damn it.
I don't remember it. But
Well,
the
North
college,
Community. Is it North Community?
I don't remember. But the college out there wouldn't let Domino's go on there either because the GM would make the college students walk off campus to get their food.
Do you guys have restaurants at YouTube?
Yeah. We have Chick-fil-A. We have
On campus?
yeah, on campus. We have Pizza Hut on campus.
Navarro.
Navarro College? Okay.
We have like a Chinese gourmet place there. too.
That's like a little like when you go to the mall,
I think so, something like that.
like a food court.
I think we have a Subway. I know we have a couple of Starbucks on campus.
Of
Well,
course
obviously.
they do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You gotta have
But I
your
think Subway's
Starbucks.
there. I might be wrong with that one.
Okay, Karen.
Yeah, I don't really eat there. I don't really eat there at the
Well, there's a lot of good restaurants up and down Mesa though too.
Oh yeah. Dude, all shit.
yeah.
all the way until you hit the highway on the far west.
We gotta hit a rib hut one of these days.
Yeah.
But
Just go to town on some ribs.
Oh yeah.
so the Navarro College
at
out in
night.
Corsicana, they wouldn't
They
allow
do.
their students to order Domino's because they would have to leave campus to get the food because the drivers would only pull up to the parking lot right outside campus because that's how the GM wanted it done because it made it quicker. And so when I got there, I went up to Navarro College.
Yes, girl.
I went up to Navarro College. I met with the board. I met with the security team, and I was like, "No, I'm gonna let my drivers come on here." I was like, "I just give them a pass, just give them a badge, give me like 10 badges, and I'll give them to drivers, and they can get in and out the gate." I'm like, "Okay," and so we took Navarro College from Pizza Hut too.
Well, it's like we did that with the
Sorry.
hotel too. in
Yeah,
San
the
Antonio.
hotels.
There was a Hilton, a really nice Hilton, and what the person that had the store before we took it over just wouldn't do it. Like he wouldn't go to any hotels, motels,
Really?
like, nothing.
Oh, that's most of your business, man.
Dude,
well, I don't know.
Especially
I would
after,
Yeah.
like, honestly, if we hadn't saved that when the Lackland Domino's opened up, that store would have tanked.
Yeah.
Because that store, the only reason it survived was because it delivered to Lackland, and they
Yeah.
put a store on Lackland. So,
So you could go
that's-
on to base and stuff?
Yeah.
that you got to, but then they opened one on the base, so
Oh.
you just could work for the base, and they would just give you a pass to get in and out of the base.
But we went to the hotel and we talked to them and got everything figured out. And the next day, because what was it, like every Saturday or every Sunday?
They had business meetings.
Yeah,
with
they
big
had business
companies.
meetings, and then they always like provided lunch for all the guests and stuff like that.
Huh.
So we picked all that up, dude, and fucking killed
And
it.
that's pretty much the only reason the Marbach military store stayed open, because their only income was the military base, and then they put that Domino's on base, and it covered all the annexes around the base too. So they lost all that delivery area.
Yeah, which was like the
Yeah,
key.
real good budget, man.
Yeah.
That's a big part of even this community.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it's like I said, it's not a problem of running the company. Like
It's running it properly.
Yeah. Yeah. very
running
much so.
running the stores is not the issue. It's she got to meet my ex-father-in-law, who I call my dad, because he basically raised me. As he said, I don't have a problem knowing what I'm doing and doing my job. I have a problem listening to someone above me telling me how to do my job.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, I've been there longer than most people that are even above me in the company have been. I've done it longer. So if I think this is the way it's going to be done, I'm going to do it my way.
I know when we were in Cali, we were at,
We were on our way back, or he was about to take us to the airport, and we got stuck in traffic. He tore my ass up too.
Oh. Context?
He
he bitched him out the whole car ride to the house.
and that is one reason why I talk to him when I have shit going on, because instead of telling me what I want to hear, or
He doesn't coddle you?
no, he just goes straight
Until-
into it, and he's like, here.
Yeah. Someone not sugarcoating it. He's just. I'm just gonna hit you with a semi here. This house.
He was like, here's the thing. He goes, you've spent every day that I've ever known you working, you've always worked in pizza. He goes, and you're fucking fantastic at it. He goes, your problem is, though, you don't like people telling you what to do. And he's like, because of the fact that you have more experience than most people in positions above you, you don't want to listen to them.
Yeah, I mean for good reason.
And if you're a complete freaking retard, no. Like the freaking GM at Papa John's in Kerrville. Fucking absolute retard, didn't know how to do his job. And the one fucking
Hit 12 pretty
time.
quick?
Mm-hmm.
And the one fucking time I told him that he needed to do something, he fired me. Because he forgot to order a truck of food. You know, our dough and shit, the
Yeah.
stuff we need to survive. He forgot to order it.
Oh, I've been there, man.
And I chewed his ass out. I was like, he called me on my day off because I put a sign up on the door saying, we can't make large pizzas, we can't make medium pizzas, no, we don't have pepperoni, no, we don't have cheese, no, we don't have wings, no, we don't have boneless chicken, no, we can't make sandwiches, we don't have anything. I put a sign up that said, we're basically out of everything. We can make you small pizzas with no cheese.
What, and that's because your dough all came like
No,
big or?
yeah, our
Yeah,
dough comes
so-
as patties. Like it's actual.
balls.
It's dough balls. It's like yeast and everything already rolled,
Yeah.
and then you proof it. You let it sit out and get warm and let the yeast expand.
Yeah.
It's not frozen, but he never ordered it.
But I mean, technically, you could combine them, no?
No.
We didn't have
No,
the stuff to
because-
make it.
Oh,
Like-
really? Like you
like-
know, like the rollers and shit?
Well, like even with a small dough ball, like once they're made, then they're sprayed with like an oil butter mix.
Oh,
So like trying to get those two to mix, there's no way.
No, it doesn't.
does it have
We
a really
tried,
thick pizza?
but
Huh?
You just have like thick crust. One's about it.
It'll just fall apart on you.
yeah, and so I put a sign up, and he called me on my day off, which was Monday morning. It was his first day. He didn't work all weekend.
Wow.
So, me and the assistant manager,
What's that like?
were like, okay, we're gonna put a sign up because we're tired of getting people calling us. We're tired of people showing up and yelling at us that we don't have anything. So we put a sign up. He calls me on Monday, starts chewing me out, and I go, I'm off today. Click.
Oh yeah.
And he texts me, he started cussing me out. I texted him back and said, you can do this when I'm on the clock. Send. And then I blocked his number for the day.
It's true.
And I showed up on Tuesday, and he acted like everything was normal. Didn't say a word to me. I walked in Wednesday to start my shift, and he goes, yeah, you're fired, bye.
Really?
Okay, here you go. I was like,
I
was like, hold on one second. I was like, why? And he goes, one, you put a sign up on the door. I said, well, that was me and your assistant manager. Are you firing her too? No. He's like, because she actually let me chew her out. And I was like, that's her fault. I said, I'm not putting up with that shit on my day off. You want to chew me out? Do it when I'm on the clock. That's fine. Let me get paid to get my ass chewed. That's all I care about. I said, because I'll pretend to care while I'm on the clock. I said, but if you had done your job, which you don't know how to do, obviously, then it wouldn't have been an issue in the in the first place. And then I walked away. And I went straight to Domino's, applied there, and started like 2 days later.
And then you know what he did after that? He came up to my job. My job was dead as fuck. Nobody was there except me, my boss, the cashier, and like 2 other people. And I'm over in the ladies department, and the head supervisor, she looks at me and she yells from across the store, Ashley, Sebastian's here. And I was like, you couldn't just say that over the walkie instead of just yelling it throughout the whole fucking store? She goes, no, not really. And then,
Hayden, you missed my bitch session about Jordan.
and then she was like, well, what are you doing here? And she was talking to him, and he was like, I got fired for putting a sign up on the door saying that we were out of everything. She goes, that's retarded. And then he just, he went and got me food. He got my boss food. And Melanie, which was her name, she goes, what did I do to deserve this? He goes, I don't know. I'm in a pissed off mood. I'm buying y'all food. I hope to God y'all don't bitch me out. Melanie goes, I'm not going to now.
You guys both work for the same pizza place? Is that? Or
No.
I worked for a Western store like Cavender's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, Cameron, I know, because you lived with me when this happened.
When was the last time you bought a cowboy hat?
Speaking of, I
Many,
need a new
many
set of
moons.
boots.
I can message Mel and have her look.
I used to have a really nice cowboy hat. I didn't wear the boots and all that, but
When I worked at
Hi, Cam.
I don't think I could wear a cowboy hat.
when I worked at the Western store down there,
Like one of those
Billy's,
ones that do for Bedanza.
I absolutely loved working
get you
in the
a
hat
fucking
Bucket
department.
hat?
hoodie where it's just like on one side.
I don't care what anybody says. Working in a hat department at any Western wear store, it is so much fun.
I won't keep my mouth shut when everyone above me is inexperienced. Sorry. If I can do your
Why
job
is it-
better than you, I'm gonna tell you I can.
Why is it funny?
Because you get you'll get rodeo kings.
He's playing fucking peekaboo back there.
You'll get these cowboy hats called rodeo kings, which are like between $300 to $700 a hat, because they're either 100X, which means they're pure beaver, horse fur, cow
Snake.
fur.
And all
No,
lesbian pork.
but they come in the boxes and they're not shaped, they're not cleaned. They're just colored and put in a box, and you get felt straw or like a off brand of straw hat. It's just
How do you know where to start? Like buying a hat. What's a good hat?
Usually when you, God, I
Because
hate
apparently
working.
100% beaver is like a good thing.
That dude, like, there's.
Oh, personally, I would say Stetsons, which either the straw hats or the felts, they're really, really good. They're really durable. Those or George Strait hats. George Strait hats, what the fuck is that other hat? There is one hat.
Luke Casey makes some really good hats too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I know George Strait, but I don't know.
But there's one hat that I think it's Rodeo King. They make a straw hat too, but you can run it over with the car. You can have a horse stomp on it.
So when I'm thinking straw hat, I'm thinking like, does it actually look like what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And, but all you have to do is just get the straw hat.
It's like, what the fuck is that?
You just have to get the straw hat wet again, and then
I
you
like
can
Cam's
reshape it.
comment. Keep pestering her, she hates it. Yeah, so about boots, how do you just break those in?
Oh, no, I was all like, I was all interested.
No, they actually had a thing they could do to where they could stretch the boots out before you bought them.
They're called boot stretchers.
You know that guy worked real hard that day.
Right?
Had the boot stretching.
Fucking, oh, God, what is his name?
Mitch Hedberg?
Yes.
All you do is say what the thing does and then add ergs.
What does this thing do? Keep things fresh.
That's
It's a fresher. I'm going on break.
Well, no, like I used to get these customers that would come in and they would buy Luke Casey boots, and Luke Casey could start off from $250 and go all the way up to $5,000 customs.
And what are they made of?
Well, if you want
Like,
a
is it
real,
more, I know like alligator skin.
there's
Is that more of a Mexican thing?
ostrich, there's shark, there's stingray, there's alligator, there's caiman, there's rhino, there's giraffe, there's
Pretty much any animal
Is
out there.
giraffe?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah. And
And-
they're fucking expensive.
Let me tell you, I think the most gorgeous Luke Casey's that I've ever seen was the stingrays,
Mm-hmm.
caimans, elephants, and sharks.
Yeah, no, for real, it's a thing. Like, I'll take you to the Luke Casey factory here, where I used to
All we
work.
have is cavaliers and.
No, you
No,
have the
we
Luke
have a-
Casey
yeah.
factory here.
Because I used to work there. We have the Luke Casey factory, and then we have the showroom.
Where haven't you worked, John?
That is a very good question. But no, dude, like, there's boots made out of fucking everything, and some of them are really, really nice. Like, I don't wear cowboy boots, and I would wear some of them.
Damn, it pops up right away.
Yep.
It's right after a Corvette.
Yeah, well.
But right after Corvette.
Yeah, bro,
so you don't have
of course.
But when I first worked there, I seen a pair of just regular
Like the show?
There you go.
Regular like the show.
What?
they were
Boot stretcher?
they were just original Ariat wood bottoms, which are instead of them having like the rubber soles on the bottom, they have the wood bottoms on them, and they were 100% cowhide.
Yep.
And when I first started working there, they were $699, and then by the time I left, they were on clearance for
Oh, yeah, that's a little
$85.99.
fucked up. I'm all reading
I
the
was like,
reviews
oh my
on boot
God.
places around here, and somebody wrote, I didn't know Mexicans wore cowboy boots.
Wow.
Like, bitch, we were the originals, but thanks.
But no, dude, like Luke Casey stuff, like actual like bona fide like country apparel, dude. At Luke Casey, they said they make 2 candles. One is campfire, and it smells like the smoke that comes off of it, and then the other one is oak. Dude, they're $300 candles. The fucking like the little pamphlets, like something you could put that in. They start at $1,000.
Oh,
Their shirts start at $300.
Okay.
But like the factory
So,
that I worked at,
that hide and
we were
color,
the ones that made
those are
the boots
elephants.
for the
Damn,
for the
that's
Dallas
pretty
Cowboy cheerleaders.
Now,
The pink ones?
No, the
They're
blue and white ones.
Are they white?
Yeah, they're blue and white.
That's just the original price, the sell price.
When you work there,
Boot companies
At the Lucchese factory.
can mark it up.
Really?
Up
think
to
that's an interesting
$150
contract
to
to get.
$250.
Oh no, dude!
Now,
Like,
well, other than
that's
like
$1
this
million
skin, like
contract
what other
every
add-ons
year
can you
for
throw
them.
onto that?
Now, when you get a custom Lucchese, the way they do it is first they measure the length of your foot, your width, make sure you're either a D width or a double E, and then from there you can pick whatever bottom skin you want, which is the bottom of the boot, and then the top you could either get leather or you can get hide.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get leather, that's just like an extra $50 to $75.
If you get high, the dog's gonna chew
If you get hide, that could go from an extra $200 to an extra $700,
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on what hide you get.
The best thing to do is like if you want a pair of Lucchese boots, I think it's like 4 times a year at the factory. They liquidate all their overstock and all their defectives.
Like car dealerships and shit.
Kind of, yeah. But what they do is they give the employees access first to go through and buy what they want,
That's cool.
and then they move everything to one of the showrooms. And you walk in, and it's just literal rows of pairs.
Those the sides good.
And you'll get like a $700 pair of boots for like $20.
See,
No
I'm not.
way.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
a retard. I
Oh,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I wouldn't ever put my car that low for that reason.
Oh, I had a friend that did that.
If you're
Well, actually, he got stuck on it.
To be fair, if you're
Just the
stupid
way-
enough to put your car that low, you deserve everything that happens to the
Well,
bottom
I
of that
don't
car.
I don't know.
What like in your personal experience, like you used to work with boots, right? What was the most expensive pair that you sold?
It was a pair of old gringos, and they were $1,500.
See, we
$750 a foot.
over here we made a special custom pair for Kim Kardashian. She wanted 4 pairs of boots. She wanted 3 shirts, 2 candles. Like she wanted everything done and
She would.
like pressed with her logo. Her boots were like $3,200 a piece. And
Well,
she was
even like quality boots, or they were just hella expensive.
both because the ones that she
Yeah, it was
wanted,
those, right?
Yeah.
she wanted dyed shark skins. Yeah,
Yeah, those are the boots that she sold.
How much would it have been if it was
I'm not paying $1,500 for those.
Actually, those now are $1,600.
Yeah,
But they
the
had on-
crystal crafted boots.
But they're red.
The old gringo Eagle crystal boots.
Mhm.
That's what she sold. Those boots sat there, I swear to God, I think for like 6 months.
No, and then they had another pair. They were called the Hello Kitties, or no, they were the Hell Kitties, because they had.
you said Hello Kitty, and I got just like a full image of a boot. I was like with a little fucking logo on the side of it and stuff.
No, I got an image
All
of
pink.
like its face being stretched
Yeah,
out
right.
across the whole damn
No,
boot.
no. It had a little. We had to call it Hello Kitty, but on the boot name itself, it was called the Hell Kitty,
Mhm.
because the boot was a snip toe. It was red and black, but it had a little white kitten's face on the front of the boot with devil horns and angel wings and fire flames behind it. So we had.
No shit, right?
And those
I love
boots-
cats, but mine's like badass. So
Yeah.
But those boots were custom for a customer who came in, and she customly ordered those, but then just gave them back to us.
Like, you ever heard of exploding kidneys?
Yes. Fuck yes.
And they were on retail
Pause.
at $1,900 when I left.
Damn.
Why did she just she just return them? Like
Well, when
I can either feed my family or buy these boots.
Right.
Kind of thing.
no, because once
I
you
could buy
make
car with my boots.
basically once you make a special order, like a custom order of boots, and you return them to us, because they're custom ordered, no one's gonna have the same size foot as you. Basically, so say you wear like an 11.5 double E, but one foot's an 11.5, and your other foot's a 12D, and you get a custom pair of boots, and you return them back to a boot store, they're gonna put them on the shelf, but when somebody picks up those boots and try them on,
I heard a flip her.
they'll have to get that pair of boots customly made
Mhm.
again, because one foot's bigger than the other.
Unless you're lucky and there's like
So
One
you have
out
an
of
defective
1,000
foot.
people that
Well-
have the same size
well,
foot.
well no, because like here, since we have the factory here, you can go to any store, and as long as it's a pair of Lucchese's, You take them up there, you give them $10, and they'll completely resize and reshape.
I was like, I know there's a boot stretcher now, but
Yeah.
is there something I can
Yeah, and
tighten it?
yeah, and the way they
Still in the dryer.
right.
Put it out in the rain?
And I think the way that Melanie said refunds work on custom boots is the person won't get a refund on them until those boots sell.
No shit.
Jesus.
So it could take months, it could take years before your pair of boots that you bring back even sell. And that pair of Hello Kitties that we had on the shelf, they were there before I got there. So they were there for about 2.5 years before I got
Like, I
there.
don't feel like throwing away $2,000.
No kidding though.
Actually, 2 weeks before I resigned, this lady from Australia came in. She tried them on, and her foot, like, she actually fit those perfectly. And she was like, I'll give y'all $3,000 for these boots right now. And
That's great because they're $3,300.
Right.
And I looked at I went and got my boss, and she was like, I don't know, come back tomorrow and I'll talk to you about it. And I was like,
You're not
She
gonna
was like-
get
Is
someone
it because they
come
have
back.
to give the? They
well,
have
she
to do the
had to
returns
call
to
the,
too?
yeah, she had to call the lady before.
Because the boots cost.
So they're only
she,
making
like
like
she,
$1,000.
What she was saying was the boots were $19,000 to
Oh, I
get
thought you said
custom made.
1,900.
No, I said 1,900. But the lady wanted like an extra $300. I don't know why. But she wanted the retail price after of them being sold like $2,200, almost $2,300. So
Oh.
she could make a little bit of money off the boots
Yeah.
for basically put them in store up for sale. And
I
like
understand people like that.
she called the lady, and the lady was like, yeah, that's fine, but I don't want the money. And so Melanie was like, yay, I make like so much money off these boots, and they're just customs. I don't have to buy more customs from people.
Did they break you off something? Like,
No.
No, they didn't get
What?
fucking bonuses.
A lot of
on it.
people that would come in, they would ask me if like we got commission because I helped this one family.
it's like selling a used car. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Like, I
Yeah,
helped this
pretty
one
much.
family, and they bought like 12 pair of boots that day, and they spent like almost $4,000 in the store. And the mom, she was like, "Do you make commission?" I was like, "No." And so her daughter worked at the nail salon in Kerrville. She goes, "If you want, just come by the nail salon, and I'll let you get your nails done and everything else for free." I was like, "That's awesome." Yeah.
No, we could never find the nail salon she worked at.
It never
It's
existed.
like that
Right.
email address that you're supposed to.
And I was so upset too because like I could have went and got my nails, my toes, like a full body massage and everything else there, and I was like, I can't find this fucking nail salon. And I got home and I was trying to look at it, and I started crying. He goes, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I can't find this nail salon." He goes, "Why?" And then I told him, and he goes, he gets on his phone and he goes, "What's the name of it again?" And I told him, and he goes, "It is not in Kerrville." He goes, "The closest one is in San Antonio, but I don't think she works there." And I was like, this is so depressing.
Damn.
I am done for the day. And I called my boss. I was like, "I'm not coming in tomorrow." She goes, "Well," I was like, "I don't feel good." And she goes,
My
"Okay."
nails are naked.
Right. Damn. I say call it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking.
I
Wow,
think this
it's
is
the
the most
most-
we've ever
Yeah.
talked.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Apparently, this entire episode is
Real estate
Pizza-
and
yeah,
cowboy
real-
boots.
Yeah, real estate, pizza, and boots.
Yeah.
So
The name of the episode.
There's a snake in my boot.
right. But guys, we will be back on Thursday. What time? Do you work Thursday?
Yeah, 11ish.
So 11ish.
I'll be
Alright.
here. I should be here.
Cool.
Nice.
Maybe we'll
Right.
talk about some Dragon Ball Z.
Maybe we'll play
Yeah,
some
right,
video
we're
games. We'll
supposed
talk
to
about video
actually-
games, really.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get on the topic of DBZ at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually.
So stay tuned for the after show.
Bamboozled. And for those of you that are in the chat, you know that we're going to be on PlayStation very,
yeah.
very soon.
Yeah.
So,
Here in a few minutes.
like, we're just literally going to shove this table back against the wall and go back over there.
Yeah.
You gotta
Um,
let John get out first, right?
Maybe. Maybe.
Oh yeah, because I think all of us combined could still not push this table with him behind it.
It's worth an old college try.
We'd all go flying into the fucking wall.
I'd be okay with that.
Take the door out.
Has
you know.
anybody heard from Vinny? Speaking of, I forgot.
No, I was actually thinking about him yesterday. Like, I hope everything's good with him.
Yeah, I was gonna shoot a message in the Discord to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just
Um,
don't-
But guys, thank y'all. You guys have a good night. Take care of each other. I'm business at 1. Again, you can hit me up on Twitter,
He
Facebook.
looked for like reassurance, right?
Right? It's like
Mortimer Smith.
Mr. Blue, no dammy.
A collie.
Gotta bash.
take care of each other, love each other, help one another.
Be good humans.
Oh, you guys are pretty cute.
You say it this time, not me.